First 2016 Walton County Chamber of Commerce membership lunch. We love seeing you here. I know it's a cold, snowy sort of day. Thank you for coming out to enjoy your friends here and to enjoy this nice meal. Thank you, Country Club, for providing that for us. We appreciate it. All right, with that, I'd like to thank our sponsors. They are sitting up here at the table. We have Oglethorpe Power, Mary Long, and she's going to be here to give us a little quick commercial in a little while. And also we have Greg Brooks from Walton EMC. So we appreciate both of you being here today. All right, with that, Mary, if you will come forward and do our invocation and our Pledge of Allegiance. So if you would all please stand.
And I'm actually going to ask Jeff Paul with Walton EMC to come up and lead the invocation for us.
If you would, pray with me, please. Dear Lord, we thank you for the blessing of this day, Lord. Lord, we thank you for the freedom we have to assemble here, Lord. Lord, we thank you for these people here, Lord, their business, what they do for the community, what they do for the city, what they do for the county, Lord. Lord, right now we bless this food, nourish my bodies, and build your kingdom. I'll pray in your name. Amen.
Amen. Now for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Jeff.
All right, and Mary, if you will come up and tell us a little bit about Oglethorpe Power, we'll come back. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I apologize if you're hearing this for the second time. I also spoke at the annual dinner, so again, I apologize that you're hearing this again, and bear with me for a few minutes. I'm Mary Long, Community Relations Coordinator with Oglethorpe Power Corporation. I'm so glad to be here today. Some of you in the audience may not be familiar with Oglethorpe Power, though I'm sure you've heard of Walton EMC, who has served this area in many different capacities since 1936. Like Walton EMC, Oglethorpe Power is an electric cooperative. Walton EMC is one of 38 EMCs throughout Georgia that own us. While Walton EMC serves retail customers, Oglethorpe Power is a wholesale power provider. So we own and operate the power plants and provide that power to our members, our owners like Walton EMC. We own or co-own 31 electric generating units and manage and operate 6 more around the state that we use to generate electricity. We then provide that wholesale electricity to co-ops. We don't supply the entire amount our co-ops use, but we do supply a significant portion. So that brings me to the question, why are we a member of the Walton County Chamber of Commerce? Well, of those 31 electric generating units, 5 of them are right here in Monroe, Georgia at the Doyle Energy Facility. We purchased that plant from Doyle One LLC, which was a wholly owned subsidiary of Walton EMC at the time. We purchased it last August, but we had been purchasing the power produced by that plant for much longer. Our member owners, such as Walton EMC, do such a great job in the communities where they operate and serve, and we've just sort of made a commitment to assist our member owners in those communities. We like to focus on youth and education and work closely with the Chambers of Commerce. So I appreciate y'all having me today, and enjoy your meal. Thank you.
All right, Greg, if you will come forward from Walton EMC.
Thank you, Terry. I want to give you just a quick update on a couple of things. But first, we actually had an employee come to work yesterday that lives in the lower part of the county. He says, I've got 4 inches of snow at my house. He said, no, that's not true. There's no way that can happen. He said, oh, yes, it is, because I get lake effect snow off the Harbor Labor Creek Reservoir now. So I thought you'd want to know that. But anyway, I guess we hit it right with our gift today on the thermometers. They got quite a workout this morning, so they should be working for you. I'd like to introduce who's here with us, if you would allow me. Over at this table, we have Savannah Chandler, who's our communications coordinator. You've already heard from Jeff Paul. He's our Director of Member Services. We have J.L. McGarity Award winner, Kathy Ivey. You're going to hear from her in a little bit. And all these people work really hard in our communities because, our community is your community. So we try to serve you in many ways besides bringing you electric power. I want to call your attention to this brochure at your table. Our charity golf tournament is coming up in April, and 100% of the proceeds go to the Walton County Boys and Girls Club. Over the last 8 years, we've been fortunate enough to raise $189,000 that came right over here to your local Boys and Girls Club, and it's making a big difference, that club is. So you'll have fun. The hospitality at this tournament is second to none, so come out and join us if you're so inclined. Next thing I want to update you on is our solar program. We built one solar unit out beside our office on Highway 78. We've just started construction on the second unit, which is off Highway 11 on Pleasant Valley Road. It's going to be 2.5 times the size of our first unit. Our first installation sold out in about 5 days. But not only did that installation sell out, 2/3 of the next one is already sold out. So this has been very popular. One reason I think it is because it's affordable. Unlike many utility programs in the country, our program, our management wanted to keep it very affordable so a lot of people could participate. So if you're inclined to solar energy production, would like to participate in that, check out our cooperative solar program. Last thing I'd like to mention to you today is we're very proud of something that just happened. We just signed on with the communities and schools to be the presenting sponsor for the Walton County Barbecue Festival. And I have really enjoyed beginning to learn about the Communities and Schools program because they are really changing kids' lives in Walton County, especially kids that might fall through the cracks and not otherwise make it. And they're doing a tremendous job. They're changing those kids, but they're helping our community too, and they help the economy of our community by getting those kids on the right track. So if you don't know much about them, but we're really proud to be associated with such a quality group and a quality event. So thank you again for allowing us to sponsor today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the program.
Okay, I'm going to introduce our speaker today. Mandy is a graduate of Georgia College and State University with a degree in marketing. She is a certified tourism marketing professional through the Southeastern Tourism Society and is affiliated with several destination marketing organizations. Mandy currently serves as the Regional Tourism Project Manager for the Classic South Travel Region, a division of the Georgia Department of Economic Development. Prior to working for the state of Georgia, Mandy spent 6 years in the hotel hospitality industry. She has been with the state for nearly 8 years. Her responsibilities include working with communities, regional tourism organizations, and nonprofits across the region while partnering with other agencies to increase investment in and development of new tourism products. She works with communities and tourism products in the development of marketing plans and the promotion of existing attractions and events. Mandy is charged with increasing tourism expenditures in the region, thereby creating new jobs for Georgians. Please join me in welcoming Mandy.
Thanks, Mary. It's great to be here today, and what a fabulous lunch we just had. All right, so I was telling Terry, some of this presentation is not the most exciting. It's kind of dull a little bit, but tourism really is exciting. I wish there was a way to kind of put that on the screen to really be able to show y'all just all the exciting things that I get to work with and do every day. So as she said, I'm with the Department of Economic Development. I'm the Tourism Project Manager for the Classic South region. This region actually falls under the historic Heartland region, and your representative, Rebecca Snyder, could not be here today, so I've stepped in and filled in for her. What I'm really excited because this was my old territory, and so used to have great time working with Terry, and I'm glad to be back. So what I'm going to talk to you about a little bit is just how tourism is economic development. A lot of people don't consider that your typical economic development tool, but we're seeing now that it's really developing into a leader in the industry. And then also want to let you know just a little bit about what our department does and ways we can help you in your community. All right, so this is how the department is broken down. We have several divisions under us. Right now, the hot button, nothing for everybody, and maybe, especially in this area, I think you've probably maybe seen some of the benefits from it, is the film, music, and digital entertainment. Right now, we're in the top 3 places for film. So, met with Craig Dominy actually yesterday, and new films coming on board every day. Other things too, like video games and all of that. Atlanta's becoming a hub for some of those things. Tourism, of course, my division. There's 9 of us that kind of divide up the state, and we'll talk a little bit more about how it's divided in a little bit. We have the Georgia Council for the Arts, the International Trade Division, Global Commerce, Centers of Innovation, and then our Marketing and Communications Division. Georgia has been named, again, the #1 state to do business, so we're really excited about some of these awards we continue to receive. And y'all feel free to stop me if you have any questions. We'll keep it pretty casual, so just yell out if you need to. Here's our mission. We look to improve the quality of life for all Georgians through increased tourism expenditures, well-planned and protected tourism developments, and sustainable job creation. We define tourism as travel for recreational, leisure, or business purposes. People don't think about it, but someone like me today, I'm actually a tourist in your community. I had to stop and buy gas. So even though I only live in Greensboro, a few miles down the road, I still spent some some money here, which is going to help you with your tax base. We like to see tourists come in because, like I said, they drop their dollars off, they leave. There's no reason to build new schools and all of that sort of thing. So it's not just what you see coming in for your typical, stay in a hotel. This year, tourism is up, finally. We saw the decrease in tourism kind of around 2008. We've been rebounding slowly but surely every year. 2014 numbers have just come out. We're always about a year out on getting those numbers, but generated $57.1 billion in direct, indirect, and induced impact. That's a huge number. We just celebrated Tourism Day at the Capitol about 2 weeks ago, and Governor Deal was presented with this check, so we really make sure it's on their minds too, what tourism is doing for the state. Tourism supports 10.2% of the jobs statewide. We were number 3. I think we've fallen to about number 5 industry. Still pretty large effects there for tourism. Here's some of the beneficiaries of tourism that people don't often think about. We usually just think, like I said, of your main attractions, your hotels, that sort of thing. But it's kind of a ripple effect that affects everyone in the community. Car rentals, the people that provide the linens for the hotels, or maybe here for the restaurant today, somebody provided these linens. Banks, people, the credit card companies, that sort of thing. And like I said, that's what we want people to start thinking about, the economic development parts of it and the ways that your community can get more involved in tourism. It's not just your Disney World, your Six Flags. We want you to think of it as business travel, conferences, weddings, recreation tournaments, church homecomings, graduations, movie filming, reunions, the list goes on and on. Walton County tourism. Let's see. These numbers are pretty astounding. Like I said, we just came out with these numbers at the end of January, and I sent them to Terry, but they can also be found on our website, marketgeorgia.org. But in Walton County, tourism supported 650 jobs, generated $65.5 million in direct tourist spending, created $2.32 million in state tax revenues, and generated $1.81 million in local tax revenues. Like I said, those numbers are pretty astounding. Some things, though, I wanted to take a look at before we went on to the next slide was just some of the tourism assets that we have here. in the county, and I found some interesting numbers just for like the Blue Willow Inn. I'm sure everyone's familiar with that, but on their website it says that people from all 50 states and over 180 countries have visited the Blue Willow. That's huge numbers. They've been voted the best small town restaurant in the South by Southern Living, and so they still continue to be in the news. We know that the Harris Homestead offers public tours that brings in tons of school groups to the area. Treasures Along I-20, I know that Social Circle is a part of that, and they continue to do new advertising and are working on some new brochures now. And then we have the McDaniel Teachner House. And then one of the newest things, Walton County has been designated the Antiques Capital of Georgia, with over 1,200 booths and 300,000 square feet of antiques. That's pretty huge. If we can get these travelers to come in, spend money, and then leave the county, these numbers that we saw in the last slide will continue to increase. Here's some of the benefits we see. Like I spoke about a second ago, we want this new money coming into the community. We don't have to build roads for them. We don't have to build schools. We don't have to, do extra things for them. They come in, they drop their money off, and they leave. It benefits the tax revenue here. Like I said, the quality of life. It brings new small businesses. It brings new development to the area. And things can only get better from developing your tourism products. Here's a little bit about our department and what we do, actually. Here's some of our initiatives. We have 11 visitor information centers across the state, and actually we just opened a 12th visitor information center in the Atlanta airport. This was a joint venture with the Atlanta Convention and Visitors Bureau, and we launched that on the 27th. So we're real excited. As soon as people come off the plane, right in the baggage claim area, they'll have a place to get visitor information so they can get out and see our great state. These visitors, they see over 15 million visitors in 1 year. So those numbers are pretty high. Those are the people you definitely want to get to know. You want them sending people to your area, and that's where they offer different promotions. Some of them have booth space you can rent to promote your product. Some of them have just preferred brochure placement, that sort of thing. So it's really important to work with these visitor information centers. They also offer a Georgia on My Mind Day every year, which is a free day to come and display anything going on, any events or any of your attractions. Hotels can go up there and just display their information for visitors coming to the centers. We also have worked with a regional visitor information center program, and right now the state has over 60 regional visitor information centers. These centers have seen, just over 5 million per year. So that's pretty large numbers, and that would be more what's in your local communities instead of the state lines. We do several publications every year. The Georgia Travel Guide being our biggest piece. We just announced the launch of the Year of Georgia Music this year, and Luke Bryan, Georgia native, has made the cover, so we're really excited about that. So this year we're going to continue to focus on music in Georgia and things we can do to promote that and the events there. Last year was the year of culinary, and so for the first time ever we produced a Georgia Eats Guide, which the peanut butter pie from Blue Willow Inn was featured as 100 plates that locals love. And hopefully this year there'll be something from the Walton County area featured in the guide as well. They've decided that the piece was so well received that they wanted to do it again. So it's a little bit smaller guide, but has several flavor tours in it: barbecue, meat and threes, dining with a view, all your breweries, wineries, that sort of thing. So it's definitely a good guide to pick up. And then we do a group tour planner, and that actually just came out as well for the year. We work with our regional travel associations. Like I said, Walton County is in the Historic Heartland Travel Association, and I cover the Classic South Travel Association. And that's just a way to kind of network and do some co-op marketing opportunities there. And they meet usually every other month, but it's a member-based organization. Our co-op marketing program is offered by the state, and it's just a way that we've leveraged with certain media partners to get a little bit better buy-in on, say, a Southern Living ad. The state's negotiated rates, so anyone is welcome to participate in that. Like I said, we have our group tour and travel who attend our domestic and international trade shows and try to sell to larger groups, mostly like your motor coach groups coming around the state. And then our media relations is the one who gets they get the word out, our global marketing and sales. And then our regional tourism representative program, that's what we do. And so we try to be the liaison between the state and the community to let you know what's going on, any grants that we can help you with, any brochures, any product development. And then we also have a product development team that works specifically on helping bring in new stuff to your area. So any of these 11 things our division would be able to help you with. And like I said, this is the way our 9 travel regions are divided up. So Rebecca Snyder is the project manager for this area. But just for marketing purposes, it's worked out better to kind of give us a way to get a grasp on the communities, because some of us, I have 17 counties, Rebecca has 19. So we just needed kind of a division for us, even though we've realized that travelers actually don't, they don't know the regions and they don't necessarily know the county lines. So we try not to market it that way to the tourists coming in, but that's just kind of for us to be able to manage our areas. And then Rebecca's put together just a small tourism marketing strategy of things that you can do to kind of get your tourism assets ready. And obviously, the first one will be to start with the inventory and assessment of the potential things that you have here. Outline an enhancement strategy. So that's where you just kind of want to plan and organize what you're thinking about doing. Gather support and partners. We all know that these types of things don't work without the support from your community partners and get some buy-in from them. Investigate feasibility. Make sure that your idea can be sustainable. And then develop financing. That's the tough part, of course. But like I said, we do offer several different grants that can kind of help with some of that funding. And then we want to make sure that after all this is done, that you didn't run out of money to do the marketing part. That's what we find a lot, that people get the product ready and then don't have the money left there to market that. So that's one thing that we really stress for people to put aside, is the dollars to back it up with the marketing. We actually have a website, exploregeorgia.org, where you can list any of your events, hotels, attractions, any deals or special offers that are going on in your community stores, restaurants, that sort of thing, and it's all free. There's also dining included on that Explore Georgia website now. And then we have another website, marketgeorgia.org, where you can find any of these community statistics, economic impact reports, and that sort of thing. And then, let's see, Rebecca's put together just kind of a toolbox for tourism here. Camera ready, which I know all the 159 counties in Georgia are certified camera ready, but we're seeing that some people aren't being actively uploading their photos and that sort of thing. And so that's what the scouts use to attract these movies to your destination. So they're not always looking for the pretty, pristine photos, but it can be, the log cabin that's burnt down, or an old warehouse that may be abandoned, that sort of thing. So it's really important that all these photographs are listed on our sites here. We offer several grants. Our department doesn't necessarily offer several grants, but we list several grant opportunities on our site. Anything from historic preservations to walking trails, recreational trails, and more can be found on marketgeorgia.org. And then Genuine Georgia, we've done several different pieces on that, kind of about the authentic, more rural, small town type feel. And then we've put together a heritage tourism handbook that can also be found on the Market Georgia website. We found that the heritage and cultural tourism traveler spend more money and they tend to stay longer. So we've been fortunate enough to put together a book that kind of tells you how to capture that audience there. I think that's all that I have here. Does anybody have any questions on any of these numbers or things that our department does or what's going on in Walton County? Yes.
Mandy, thank you for being here today.
Uh-huh.
Is there a way that we can get a copy of the territories and that and contact us?
Yes, I'll be glad to share that. I'll send everything to Terry, and that way Terry can just forward it out to the member list, maybe. And Rebecca, like I said, she's your contact, but any of us be glad to help you with whatever you may need. But Rebecca's the one for this region. So, anybody else have anything or know of a new tourism product coming on board in the area? Not yet. All right, I guess that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mandy. We love tourism here in Monroe and Walton County. We have talked a lot about tourism at our tourism council meetings. Is there anyone here that is on our local tourism council? Anybody? Okay, Paul is, all right. If you are interested in helping us promote tourism locally, and of course we've got Mandy to help us, please let us know. Stacy Crossick is the Tourism Council chairperson, and she will be glad to talk to you after this meeting. But thank you for enlightening us, Mandy. We needed that information. We appreciate it so much. All right, with that, Kathy, if you will come forward. Kathy Ivy is going to present our Membership of the Month award.
Good afternoon. This is always an exciting part of the Chamber lunch. We have so many wonderful businesses in our area, and this gives us an opportunity to highlight one each month. So it's always exciting to be able to do that. The Member of the Month award criteria is as follows. The member must be a Walton County Chamber of Commerce member, must have an existence or at least 2 years, must project a positive image, and must have donated resources to the community. A Member of the Month can only be awarded the same member once a year, and a past member of the chamber you can only be a recipient one time. I'm excited to present our February 2016 Member of the Month award today. This company has been a member of the Walton County Chamber since they opened their Walton County branch offices in Loganville and in Monroe. Since that time, their employees have been active or on chamber committees, and many have served as a chamber ambassador. In addition, the Walton County Chamber, the employees have also been active in Kiwanis, Rotary, Leadership Walton, and in various organizations. This organization is also a partner with Walton County Public Schools. I'm going to go ahead and give you more information about the company, but since it will give it away, I will go ahead and let you know that our Member of the Month recipient is Peach State Federal Credit Union.
All right.
Originally founded in 1961 as Gwinnett Teachers Credit Union, Peach State serves more than 44,000 members in Barrow, Clark, DeKalb, Gwinnett, Jackson, Oconee, Richmond, and Walton counties. In 2012, the Board of Directors voted to change the credit union's name to Peach State Federal Credit Union to better reflect our membership base. Peach State offers memberships to employees of our sponsors, Board of Education, and many select groups and associations. In addition, all persons who live, workship, or attend school in Clark County are eligible to join. Membership is open to immediate family and household members of individuals. I'd like to congratulate Peach State Federal Credit Union. Bonnie Haynes is one of our chamber ambassadors, and I would like to ask her to come forward to accept this.
Congratulations.